Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to talk about a lot of things, but it is another testing new makeup video. I really need to create an intro, so as I'm doing this it's playing on the screen, but I'm really excited to bring you the newest Maybelline products that I have to play with. So they are in the market, everything, nothing is shipped in, everything is available to you in the market. So it's very exciting because I've really gone out of my way to kind of have a bunch of different giveaways going on simultaneously, Instagram and YouTube. So if you don't follow me there, make sure you do. But I really wanted to tell you about the 30 to 40%, I believe it is, discount going on right now in the Jumia anniversary. So they are having a gigantic Maybelline sale in the makeup section. So definitely check that out. The dates are 16th to 29th. And I just realized that I'm filming this on the 18th. So I have to make sure this video goes up this week so that you guys can have enough time to plan and prepare and get yourself some Maybelline at a discount. Also, another really exciting text that I randomly got the other day is that Beauty Click is having an offer on Maybelline because they are officially stocking Maybelline now. So they are having an offer where if you spend 2,000 shillings, you do get a free lip pencil, which is absolutely amazing. 2,000 shillings is very easy to spend when you're buying makeup. So if you do want a free lip pencil, I assume it's the automatic lip pencil that I talked about in my last testing new makeup video. So definitely check that out to get a free bonus item plus a discount. Really wanted to let you know because I'm very excited to be able to bring you discounts and bring you giveaways and free makeup and free products and whatever. So I am working on making this maybe a once in a month thing or a once in a 2-month thing, just so it's not too frequent. But yeah, so today's video is one that I'm so excited about. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. So first of all, I have been using this Fit Me concealer for a really long time now. Doesn't have as much coverage as I need, but I do absolutely love it for brightening the center parts of my face. So I do have 2 new shades to swatch for you. As you can see, they are on my hand, but more of that in the actual video. I really wanted to talk about the brow tattoo again because I know I've spoken about it before, but that was quite a while ago, quite a while back. So I'm so excited to show you how I figured out, I don't know if I mentioned this on Instagram or on YouTube or on both, that I figured out how to use this for the absolute most perfect brows. Not that mine are perfect, I'm still working on my brow game, but I feel this cuts my effort, the number of steps in my brow routine, by 80%. So this is definitely an amazing product, and it is sort of the star of this whole video. This is in the shade dark brown, by the way. Finally, the shade that I mentioned when I talked about the Super Stay Matte ink lippies that I've been waiting for, this shade is 20 Pioneer. It is this fire truck red that's on my lips. I absolutely adore this. This is the most gorgeous color, and I love this formula. So I'm really excited to show you how this goes on and stays on, because this is sort of a wear test type of video. Last but not least, if you know me, you know I am absolutely obsessed with full coverage, and this foundation finally is here in my shade. This is in 70 Cocoa. I am so excited to show you how this goes on, how it covers up absolutely everything. It is what I have on right now. It does look a little bit light in the bottle, but it does match my body absolutely perfectly. So I have 0 complaints there. So if you want to see how all of this comes together on my face, how everything works and lasts for at least, I'm gonna say at least 5-6 hours, then just keep watching. So the first thing I wanted to talk about in this video is the Maybelline brow tattoo. I have talked about this before, both on YouTube and on Instagram, but all the other times, I think in my last video, I sort of give it a few hours to sit, and then I took them off, and it lasted up until the next day. But today I really want to show you how to get super quick, super easy brows just using this. What I'm going to do is put it on and then do the rest of my face, and then we'll take it off immediately, and you'll see how easy it is to use on an everyday basis, even when you just want to slap it on and rush out the door. It does have an actual brush at the very end of it, so you do scoop out the product with this and then put it into your brows, and then you let it sit. So what I'm going to do is basically shape my brows with this, but the trick is to not start at the very tip of your brows. The first time I used this, I did start at the very beginning of my brows, and I had super blocky brows at the end of that video. So you live and you learn, but I am just scooping out a lot of product. And I've had this for a really long time, I've been using it repeatedly, and it's nowhere near finished. So this is a product that will definitely last you quite a while. And like I've said, you don't start at the very tip of your brows. You start a little bit in, where you know that you fade the tip of your brows and then you want it to start gradually getting darker. So I like to begin where I want it to be getting darker on my brow. And voila, as you can see, with just one dip into the tube, I do have my brow coated. But as you can see, I do have a little bit of extra like right underneath my brows. So just with my finger, I'm going to wipe this off. And I'm sort of like scraping it off with my nail. But it's not dry yet, so it is still easy to like manipulate. And where it's gone, as you've seen, I've wiped it off and it hasn't like stained the skin yet. So it is going to be tinting, but only after it dries. So you do get enough time to like sort of play with it and shape your brows exactly how you want them. Pretty happy with the way this shape has turned out. My brows are not like perfectly groomed right now, but I feel like that's even more of an advantage because then you can see how it works when you just don't have time to like worry about your brows, tweeze every hair that's out of place. Like, can this still make you look fabulous? And the answer is yes, it can. So I'm just going to do this other brow really quickly and sort of try to match them up, and then we'll see where we are. Okay, so I'm a firm believer in the fact that brows are sisters, not twins, and sometimes like distant cousins. So yeah, this is always my more troublesome brow, and as you can see, it has taken a bit more effort to get it done, but it is done. Pretty happy with the way it is so far. The front of the brow does look weird. It kind of looks like there's a lot of space between my brows and my forehead, but it is because this part is supposed to be more faded, and with this I've noticed it is an even tinting across the brow. So even if I do go in with a light hand with this product, it's not going to tint it any less than the rest of my brow. And if I haven't mentioned, I do use a shade dark brown, but they do have a medium brown that is absolutely amazing if you do have lighter skin or if you just like lighter brows. I like dark brown. It suits me perfectly with my hair color, with my skin color. It matches me perfectly. So next new product that I really am so excited to be testing from Maybelline is the Super Stay Foundation. I'm so excited to finally have it in my shade. They didn't have my shade like since they introduced it, but now it's finally here. Oh, what I'm really hoping is my shade. Keep in mind that I'm not trying to match my face exactly. I'm trying to match it to my body. So I sort of go halfway in between, but I desperately hope this is my shade. This is in the shade 70 Cocoa. I have never tried this foundation before. I'm so excited to do it, but I also thought it would be a really good opportunity to show you the technique that I mentioned, the prep, prime, and set technique, and to show you how it can actually make such a huge difference in the way your foundation wears. So I am so excited to be playing with this. But first, I'm going to go in with my Super Stay setting spray on half of my face. So how I'm going to do this is that I'm only going to prep, prime, and set half of my face, and then on the other side of my face, I'm only going to use foundation because I do prefer to do my foundation wear test with just a foundation on its own, but I really want to show you the difference that setting your makeup can actually make. So I'm going to use this and a powder on this half of my face, and then on this half of my face we'll just see how the foundation holds up all on its lonesome. I always forget to wear primer. I rarely wear primer, so I would put it on right now, but I feel like that's not really an everyday sort of thing for me. So I'm just going to prime my face with a setting spray, put on the foundation, set it again, and then we'll see where we are. You have to shake the setting spray, cover half my face. I'm going to go in with this. I haven't even pumped it, is how new this is. Like, do you see? Perfectly clean pump. Only one pump, because I do want to see the kind of coverage that I can get out of this. Okay, that was half a pump. That was like a teeny little bit of a pump that added itself. So I'm going to go in with that all over my face, see what type of coverage I can get, and then add it where I need it, and we'll see how this goes. So I've just given this a few minutes to like sink into my skin and really soak in. And first of all, it is so comfortable. I don't even feel it on my skin whatsoever. My face is looking pretty matte. It's not a satin finish. It's like a fully matte finish, but it still looks alive and like, I don't want to say radiant because I'm not looking glowy at all, but my skin does not look like flat matte, you know? Like, I feel like there's still life to my face, and I absolutely love that. At first, I was a bit concerned that the color was pulling a little bit red on me, but now I feel like it's calming down. It is ever so slightly too dark for like my body, but I feel like it's a good middle color. Like, I can lighten this with some concealer. That said, it is more of a medium to full coverage on one pump, which the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm not minding it, because at first I was like still seeing the darkness around my mouth peeking through, my eye circles, like the darkness is still kind of peeking through. On my forehead, I feel like it's still kind of peeking through, but that could just be me nitpicking. I will be going in with a second pump of this, but so far so good. I love that one pump can get me this much coverage. Like, even though it's not like full Huda Beauty coverage, I'm really not mad at this because I have heard comparisons and I definitely feel like this could be a really good match. So I'm just going to take one more pump, get this all over my face, and then we'll see how much better the coverage coverage is. So again, even with the second layer, I do not feel anything on my skin whatsoever, which is really exciting. But also, can I just say that this brow gel tint thing is already dry, because I was kind of scared of going over it with foundation because I really didn't want to like mess it up and move it around, but it's actually already completely dried. So now we're just waiting on the tinting process. But I love that because that means I can go right into like this brow area of my face and not have foundation skipping. But yes, the coverage is so much better on the second pump, so definitely going with 2 pumps. I feel like 1 pump on each side of your face is like the sweet spot for me. Even with the second layer, it has still kept that matte finish, so if you are looking for a matte foundation, this might be the perfect one for you. But since I have very dry skin, like most dry skin people tend to avoid matte foundations, but this one is a really comfortable matte. It's not like a drying, suck the life out of you matte, so I still recommend this even if you do have dry skin. So the next things that I wanted to talk about in this testing new makeup video is the concealers. Now, I have talked about these before in the past, if I can hold them straight so you can see. Hopefully you can see that there is a difference. There is sort of a gradient going on. So this is 45, 50, 55. I have owned 55. I believe it's called Hazelnut for a really long time now, which is why you can see the name has sort of rubbed off, because this is definitely one of my go-to concealers. I absolutely love it. But now I have 2 new shades to swatch for you. So I'm really excited to show you how these work, because these are absolutely gorgeous. They don't have nearly enough coverage, like they don't have as much coverage as I need, but I do feel like with this full coverage foundation, my eyes are like half taken care of, so I feel like this concealer can take me the rest of the way. So I'm just going to swatch all 3 of them on my hand so you can see the different colors, and then we get them on my face. So here are the swatches. This is 45, 50, 55. I have been using 55 as my go-to concealer for quite a while now, so I really love it, but I feel like I want to use 55 as a base and then brighten that up with 50, because for some reason 50 seems to be the lightest. I think it is because it has the most yellow in it, so it's appearing to be the lightest. But I'm just going to let these dry down on my hand so we can see what they look like completely dry. But you can see that 55 is definitely the darkest, and because I don't like a super bright highlighted look, I do tend to go for 55, but I feel like I want to mix it in with a bit of 50 and also layering them so that I can get more coverage. So 55 underneath and then 50 on top. So this is 55 on my skin. As you can see, it is pretty close to my skin tone, so I feel like the closest one to what people usually use, like LA Girl Fawn, is definitely 50 and not 55. But I really like this for just like an everyday subtle highlight type of vibe. I really do like it for that. As you can see, it blends in so beautifully. I don't know what it is about the Fit Me line of products, but they blend into the skin so easily and so beautifully. In fact, I'm gonna like blend this in real time just so you can see how quickly it like disappears and like melts right into the skin. You see? Literally, before I finish talking, it's already blended away. And I don't use too much concealer because I feel like caking it on doesn't really help with the coverage for this particular concealer. But if I do go in with layers, then I can actually cover like the darkness that I see. But today I am stepping out of my comfort zone and using 50 right on top of that just to add a bit of oomph to everything. Okay, so do you see how much brighter and like more highlighted and snatched my face looks? So if you do have darker skin and you do prefer that snatched look, this is definitely the combination for you. I feel like the full coverageness, if that's a word, full coverageness of this foundation has helped like cover up the dark circles around my eyes. So the concealer really didn't have much work to do. I'm just going to quickly set this with my Maybelline Master Fix powder. This powder has literally replaced all my other under eye like setting powders. I literally still have full tubs of everything else, and I keep reaching for this just because it's such, do you see? Do you literally see how I've just opened it and like it's escaping into the air? It's such a finely milled powder that it's really, really like thin, and it just dissolves and disappears into your skin so beautifully. But it does leave you looking set, and it blurs out the area where you put it. It's wonderful. I absolutely love it. And it's completely colorless, so it's not like it's going to give you any flashback or anything like that, no matter how dark you are. So I really, really do love this powder. So I've just remembered to be very, very careful where I put the powder on this half of my face, because as I said, this is the half of my face that's basically going unset, but I do have to set the concealer so that it doesn't crease on me. I'm just going to take a little bit of this powder and like set this other side of my face, because I actually really do enjoy putting it all over my face, because it is a transparent powder, so it doesn't make me look ashy or gray or like give me a white cast or anything like that. And then use setting spray again only on this half of my face. So what I'm going to do now is show you the new newest shade of the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink. I have been begging for this color to be brought here, and it's finally here, and I'm so excited. This is in 20 Pioneer. This is that bright, really vibrant red that I've always like wanted, like I've always dreamed of, and to have it in such a good long wearing formula. Like I wore this for the other day and literally held up for 6 hours without budging a single bit. So I'm pretty impressed by that. I do want this to be sort of part of this wear test, so I'm just gonna use this on my lips. You'll see how gorgeous this red is. This red is literally to die for. And then I'll go off and do the rest of my face, and then I'll come back in a few hours and we'll see where we are. Is this not the fire truck red of all our red lip loving dreams? Like, honestly. As you can see, this red is literally to die for. I absolutely love it. I literally feel like my face is completely bare, but my red lips are making me feel so confident and like I can take on the world, even with my brows looking like half crazy right now. So yeah, the only thing that I have noticed is that I do have to dip twice into the tube to get like an even perfect coating as I like it, but I don't really mind that because then it lasts freaking forever. It dries down completely matte, but it's super comfortable on the lips. Actually, before I go off and do the rest of my face, I'm going to like do my brows right now because like I said, this is a super quick, easy tutorial on how to use this like brow tint, because not everyone has 2 hours to wait for it to tint their hairs, but I do want to take it off now, and it's literally been like 20 minutes that I've had it on my face. I'm just going to sort of peel this off. It's not going to peel off absolutely perfectly because it does prefer it if you do wait the full like hour, 2 hours, but as you can see, even as it is peeling off, it has still left like the tint behind. So the tint has already happened. The issue is like how long will it last on your skin? Will it last 2 days, 3 days? No, because I have only left it for 30 minutes, but I'm perfectly okay with that because this is like a quick and easy, just get out of the door, get out of the house, like how to use this brow tint. So before I go off and like do my eyeshadow and everything, I really just wanted to show you that my brows are basically done. It's literally that easy. Now what I like to do is to like comb through them with a spoolie to make sure there's no more gel tint like left inside them. And like I said, brows are sisters slash cousins, not twins, so they don't look exactly the same, but as you can see, it is a really good basis to like begin doing your brows. So you see, with this product, your brows are basically filled in for you. So all you really have to do is like take a pencil and very, very lightly fill in the front just to make it look like even and like there's actually something there versus the non-existent empty space that's still there. Even though I do have hairs there, they're not enough to like carry themselves with this brow tint. So I just basically shape the front, comb through with a spoolie just to really distribute the product and make it look a little bit more faded. And you can definitely very easily just leave your brows here because I feel like they look pretty good, but I am sort of like an OCD control freak, so I am going to take a bit of concealer and like curve them out, and then voila, perfect brows. So it's around 7:30 p.m. right now, so I'm just gonna wear this for a few hours. I'm not really doing much, just doing my eyes, doing a bit of makeup, and then we'll come back in and see in a few hours how everything has held up. But so far so good. I'm very hopeful, so let's see. So it's now 2:40 a.m., which means it's been just over 7 hours that I've had all of this on my face. I am exhausted. It is 2 in the morning, so I'm going to make this really quick. My face may look a little bit shiny just because of all the lights that I have on me, but it actually still looks like a pretty good matte. Like it's more of like a satin matte versus the matte that it was before, so it is getting a bit glowier. And I honestly don't see a difference between the side that I did powder very lightly though, but like I used setting spray, versus the side that I did not, because my smile lines have started appearing. Sorry, I'm looking in my mirror right here, but my smile lines have started appearing. The spectacle places, like because I wear spectacles, wherever they've touched, it is sort of smudged on my nose. I have been rubbing my eye a little bit, which is why you're seeing foundation is missing from here. The concealer didn't give me enough coverage, so that's why you're seeing my dark circle like starting to come through now. My eyeshadow is a hot mess. This is a palette I'm still sort of playing with and like learning, so just ignore that completely because that's not Maybelline. But my brows are still perfectly in place, looking fantastic. My highlight is popping as always. Love my Master Chrome. And you can see my liquid lipstick 7 hours in, and I've been eating like constantly non-stop. I've had dinner like 3 times. Don't judge me, but yeah, you can see that everything is still intact, and I've had like fries and chicken, so it's not like I'm having something that's like dry and not oily. It has been quite oily and my lips still look flawless, and I didn't even use like a lip liner underneath this, so imagine if I had. I absolutely love this liquid lipstick. I feel like I need to give major props to the foundation because it seems like even without using any additional setting on top of it, it will last a pretty damn long time without any sort of help. So I am really, really impressed by how well it's held up here. This side I feel like could have benefited from a bit more powdering, but I feel like both sides look pretty good because they do look pretty much the same. So I am really into it. 7 hours in, I haven't touched up at all. I haven't blotted my face. I haven't done anything to my face. And it's looking this put together, like nothing is patchy or moving around or any of that. I am impressed. So I will wear this foundation a few more times and like update the description if anything changes. If I try it to the primer and it works differently, I'll definitely let you know. But this is definitely a thumbs up in my books. The brow product, absolutely amazing. You saw how quick and easy it was for me to do my brows. So I 100% recommend that. I'm going to end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, leave me a comment down below, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you in my next video.